On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Drought.
A long period of time during which there is very little or no rain, leading to a shortage of water and often causing damage to crops and other vegetation.
Examples:
Periods of drought. Drought conditions. The region has been experiencing a severe drought, leading to water shortages and crop failures.
Tolerant.
Accepting different views, beliefs, or practices without judgment or interference.
Examples:
A tolerant teacher. Tolerant of his failure. She was known for her tolerant attitude toward different cultures.
Crop.
A plant that is cultivated in large amounts, particularly for food.
Examples:
Crop field. Crop herbicide. Sow early for an early crop.
Resurrection.
The act of being brought back to life or revived, especially after a period of death or dormancy, a rebirth or renewal of something that was thought to be lost or forgotten.
Examples:
Resurrection story. Political resurrection. The idea of resurrection is central to many religious beliefs.
Resurrect.
To bring back to life or bring into existence again.
Examples:
Resurrect the dead. Resurrect an argument. They tried to resurrect the ancient tradition.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Bulk.
The quantity or size of something that is very large, the main part of something.
Examples:
Buy in bulk. Bulk data transfer. I received a parcel of great bulk.
Agriculture.
The practice or science of cultivating the land or raising stock.
Examples:
Organic agriculture. Intensive agriculture. Agriculture is the foundation of our economy.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
Chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Percentage.
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples:
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Arid.
Lacking in moisture or rainfall, dry and barren, lacking in interest, life, or vitality.
Examples:
Arid terrain. Semi-arid zone. The desert is known for its arid climate and lack of rainfall.
Infrequent.
Occurring rarely or irregularly, happening at long intervals, not happening often or in large numbers.
Examples:
Infrequent showers. Infrequent meetings. Traveling to remote villages can be difficult due to infrequent transportation.
Rainfall.
The amount of rain that falls in a specific location at a particular moment.
Examples:
The mean annual rainfall. Heavy rainfall. These plants thrive in hot climates with abundant rainfall.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Preferable.
More desirable or suitable than another option, more favored or favored over something else, better or more advantageous.
Examples:
Preferable option. Preferable solution. For most people, living in a quiet suburb is preferable to living in a busy city.
Rain-fed.
Referring to agricultural practices or crops that rely solely on rainfall for moisture and do not utilize additional irrigation methods, which are dependent on the natural precipitation in a region and can be subject to variations in rainfall patterns and drought conditions.
Examples:
Rain-fed agriculture. Rain-fed regions. Rain-fed crops rely solely on rainfall for their water supply rather than irrigation systems.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Metabolism.
The set of chemical reactions in cells or organisms that are necessary for life sustaining.
Examples:
Metabolism enzyme. Hemoglobin metabolism. Better sleep leads to increased metabolism.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Comprise.
To include or consist of something, the act of making up or forming something.
Examples:
Comprise a large percentage. Comprise the recent past. The team comprises players from different countries.
Predominate.
To be the most powerful, important, or frequent, to be more common or prevalent than others.
Examples:
Predominate in the army. Predominate religion. In this particular field, his work predominated over all others.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something. Noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples:
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Succulent.
Having thick and fleshy leaves or stems that can store water, typically used to describe plants in arid environments. Noun, a type of plant that has thick, fleshy leaves or stems that are capable of storing water.
Examples:
Succulent plant. Potted succulent. The tropical island is known for its succulent seafood dishes, featuring fresh fish, lobster, and shrimp.
Attractive.
Immensely appealing in look or sound, having characteristics or qualities that make something appealing and valuable.
Examples:
Attractive men. Attractive opportunity. The growth of the sharing economy is attractive for tech companies.
Shrub.
A woody plant that is smaller than a tree and has several main stems emerging from the soil.
Examples:
Tree and shrubs. Small shrub. These are shrubs with no trunks that rarely grow taller than 3 meters.
Subterranean.
Under the ground.
Examples:
Subterranean rooms. Subterranean motives for murder. Such subterranean passages span kilometers in London.
Flush.
To become red on your face, especially because you are embarrassed, angry, or hot. To rinse, clean, or empty something, especially a toilet, by causing large quantities of water to flow.
Examples:
The blood flush into my face. Flush the toilet. The girl flushed when a young man whistled as she walked by.
Hydrate.
To add water or moisture to something. To drink enough fluids to maintain proper moisture. Noun, any compound that contains water of crystallization.
Examples:
Hydrate my skin. Acid hydrate. She drank water to hydrate her body.
Baobab.
A type of African tree with a large, bulbous trunk and sparse branches that often looks upside down, also known as the tree of life due to its ability to store water during droughts.
Examples:
Baobab pulp. Ancient baobab. The baobab tree can grow over 60 feet tall and live for thousands of years.
Upside.
The positive aspect or potential of something, the upper side of something.
Examples:
Have no upside. Market upside. Many people see the upside of traveling as an opportunity to experience new cultures and broaden their horizons.
Proportion.
A part, share, or amount of something considered in comparative relation to a whole.
Examples:
Direct proportion. A building of vast proportions. He is more concerned about the proportion of his body fat than usual because of an upcoming bodybuilding competition.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Vegetation.
Plants in general, particularly those indigenous to a particular region or spot.
Examples:
Tropical vegetation. Dense vegetation. The vegetation in the area is quite diverse.
Desert.
Arid land with little or no vegetation, often covered with sand or rocks.
Examples:
Desert basin. Oasis in the desert. This region is predominantly desert.
Desiccate.
To remove moisture and liquids from something thoroughly.
Examples:
Desiccate food. Desiccated milk. The bricks were desiccated by the hot air completely.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Prolong.
To extend the duration or length of something, particularly a period of time or an event.
Examples:
Prolong the agony. Measures to prolong the lifespan. We need to prolong the meeting for another hour to discuss all the issues.
Germinate.
To begin to grow or develop, typically as a seed sprouts.
Examples:
Days to germinate. Germinate the idea. The seeds germinated quickly in the warm soil.
Evolution.
A gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
Human evolution. Evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Colonize.
To establish a colony in or on a specific place, to settle or occupy in large numbers.
Examples:
Colonize planets. Colonize for cultivation. European powers colonized much of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Radiation.
The energy that comes from a nuclear reaction in the form of rays, waves, or particles, and that can be hazardous to health.
Examples:
Exposure to radiation. Electromagnetic radiation. He tried every possible treatment, including chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
Angiosperm.
A type of flowering plant that produces seeds enclosed within a protective structure, such as a fruit or seed pod, which comprises the largest group of plants in the plant kingdom, and they include most of the familiar plants found in gardens, forests, and fields.
Examples:
Angiosperm reproduction. Angiosperm classification. Scientists are studying the angiosperm reproduction process to understand how these plants produce seeds within enclosed ovaries.
Wheat.
A cereal plant that is the most important kind grown in temperate countries, the grain of which is ground to make flour for bread, pasta, pastry, etc.
Examples:
Harvesting wheat. Wheat crop. The farmer grew wheat on his land.
Maize.
A cereal grain that is native to the Americas and cultivated in wide varieties for its large, yellow, edible seed and as a feed for livestock.
Examples:
Maize meal. Genetically altered maize. The farmers grew a large maize crop this year and expected a good harvest.
Seed.
A small, hard, often round, a reproductive structure that contains a plant's genetic material and is capable of growing into a new plant.
Examples:
A seed coat. Seed money. He planted the seed in the soil and waited for it to sprout.
Calorie.
Unit of heat defined as the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius at atmospheric pressure, used by nutritionists to measure how much energy food will produce.
Examples:
Calorie calculation. Reduce my calorie intake. It would be best if you burned off calories through vigorous exercise.
Famine.
A severe shortage of food, often caused by drought, war, or economic reasons.
Examples:
Famine relief. Coal famine. The severe famine caused by the drought has left many people without food.
Downside.
The negative aspects or consequences of something, the potential for loss or failure.
Examples:
Major downside. Downside of globalization. The downside of the new policy was that it would be more expensive for customers.
Vegetative.
Composed of or relating to the division of nature, comprising the plant, alive but losing brain functioning and having only involuntary bodily functioning.
Examples:
A dull vegetative lifestyle. The vegetative world. He was in what was described as a vegetative state.
Tissue.
An ensemble of similar cells of the animal or plant that together carry out a specific function.
Examples:
A facial tissue. Loss of muscle tissue. The researcher separated the nervous tissue for microscopic examinations.
Inherent.
Existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute.
Examples:
Inherent risk. Have an inherent dislike. Honesty is an inherent quality that everyone should strive to possess.
Resistance.
The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something.
Examples:
Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public.
Tolerance.
The willingness to accept or tolerate something, especially something that is different or unpleasant.
Examples:
Religious tolerance. Tolerance for risk. The school's diversity program aimed to promote tolerance and understanding among the students.
Characteristic.
A typical feature or quality that can identify, tell apart, or describe something or somebody.
Examples.
Stripes characteristic of the zebra. My friend's characteristic laugh. Bananas have their characteristic taste and odor.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples.
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Concerted.
Involving the joint activity of more than one person, government, country, etc.
Examples.
Concerted effort. Apply concerted pressure. The NGO launched a concerted campaign to raise awareness about the issue.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples.
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Cellular.
Of or connected with the cells of animals or plants. Of or connected with a mobile telephone system that uses several short-range radio stations instead of wires.
Examples.
Cellular and molecular biology. A cellular phone handset. This factory employs a cellular manufacturing system.
Withstand.
To resist the effect or impact of something.
Examples.
Withstand pressure. Withstand temptation. The new phone is waterproof and can withstand being dropped in water.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples.
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples.
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Axis.
A real or imaginary straight line through a body or figure around which the object turns, a group of countries in special alliance.
Examples.
Vertical axis. A coordinate axis. The Earth's axis of rotation is tilted 66.5 degrees to the ecliptic plane.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Staple.
Important, basic, or essential to something or someone, forming an integral part of a particular diet or industry.
Examples:
Staple commodities. Staple ingredient. Rice is a staple food in many Asian countries.
Gluten.
A protein found in wheat, barley, and rye that is responsible for the elastic texture of the dough.
Examples:
Gluten-free diets. Gluten intolerance. Many people with celiac disease must avoid gluten in their diet.
Initially.
At the beginning, at first.
Examples:
Initially anticipated. Diagnosed initially as a tumor. This train departed later than initially scheduled.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Undertake.
To do or begin to do something, such as an enterprise or responsibility.
Examples:
Undertake an enterprise. Undertake routine duties. Young people in this country should undertake military duties.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Comprehensive.
Complete and including all or everything necessary.
Examples:
A comprehensive explanation. Conduct a comprehensive survey. We have a comprehensive grasp of this topic.
Molecular.
Of or relating to molecules, equals a group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples:
Molecular structure. Molecular biology. Molecular weight is the sum of all the atoms.
Physiological.
Relating to the normal functioning of living organisms and their organs and systems, concerning the physical or biochemical processes and activities that occur within the body.
Examples:
Physiological response, physiological activity. The doctor explained the various physiological changes that occur during pregnancy.
Anatomy.
The scientific study that deals with the physical structure of humans, animals, or plants.
Examples:
Animal anatomy, anatomy of a country's collapse. The professor explained the anatomy of the nervous system.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Transcriptome.
The complete set of messenger RNA, mRNA, molecules present within a cell or tissue at a specific time, which represents the collection of genes that are actively being transcribed.
Examples:
Transcriptome analysis, transcriptome sequencing. The researchers examined the transcriptome of cancer cells to identify genes associated with the disease.
Protein.
A molecule made up of a long chain of amino acids, which is essential for the structure and function of the body's tissues.
Examples:
Stress protein, protein synthesis. The body needs a certain amount of protein to build and repair tissues.
Proteome.
The entire complement of proteins that can be expressed by a genome, cell, tissue, or organism, including all of its functional forms and modifications.
Examples:
Bacterial proteome, proteome database. Scientists are studying the human proteome to understand better how proteins work in the body.
Enzyme.
A substance produced by a living organism that acts as a catalyst to bring about a specific biochemical reaction.
Examples:
Enzyme reaction, lack of digestive enzymes. A deficiency in the enzyme can lead to a medical condition.
Metabolite.
A substance produced by metabolic processes in living organisms, especially those that are essential for normal physiological functions.
Examples:
Metabolite concentration, drug metabolite. The liver metabolite levels were higher than usual.
Metabolome.
The complete set of small molecules, such as metabolites, found within a cell, tissue, or organism at a specific time, which represents the metabolic status and activity of a biological system.
Examples:
Lipid metabolome. Analyze the metabolome. The study aimed to analyze the changes in the metabolome of cancer cells.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Arsenal.
A collection of weapons or military equipment stored in preparation for war or conflict. A collection of resources or tools available for use in a particular field or endeavor.
Examples:
Arsenal of knowledge. Political arsenal. The police found a hidden arsenal of weapons in the suspect's house.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Lipid.
Any of a group of organic compounds, including fats, oils, and waxes, that are insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents, and are essential constituents of living cells.
Examples:
Lipid metabolism. Blood lipid profile. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fish and nuts, are a type of lipid that is good for heart health.
Membrane.
A soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
Cell membranes. Nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Biochemical.
Relating to the chemical processes and substances that occur within living organisms.
Examples:
Biochemical reaction. Complex biochemical. Biochemical research is essential to understanding the complex chemical reactions in living organisms.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Genetically.
In a way that relates to or is produced by genes, equals the units in the cells of a living thing received by an animal or plant from its parents, or heredity.
Examples:
Genetically inherited traits. Genetically manipulated plant. The genetically modified crops were resistant to pests and required less water.
Modify.
To change something slightly, such as a plan, option, law, etc., especially to make it more suitable for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Genetically modify food. Modify my behavior. We use adverbs to modify verbs and adjectives.
Definition:
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Modification.
The act of changing something, usually to improve it, or something changed.
Examples:
A modification of last year's model. Further modification. As a result of this modification, we have revised our safety measures.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Conventional.
Based on or following traditional rules, standards, customs, etc.
Examples:
A conventional style. Get a conventional loan. She is very conventional in her thoughts.
Breed.
To keep animals for producing offspring in a regulated manner.
Examples:
Breed horses. Breed suspicion. This animal breeds in northern latitudes.
Essence.
The basic or most important part or quality of something that makes it what it is.
Examples:
Vanilla essence. Universal essence. University teaches the art of understanding the essence of the matter.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples:
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding. To To work with someone else to produce or achieve something.
Examples:
Collaborate with the police. Collaborate on a press release. She agreed to collaborate with him in creating new artwork.
Spearhead.
To lead or initiate an effort or campaign.
Examples:
Spearhead campaign. Spearhead movement. The CEO decided to spearhead the new project to ensure its success.
Embark.
To go on board a ship or plane, to set out on an enterprise or subject of study, to start something.
Examples:
Embark on a trip. Embark on a foolish adventure. We embarked on a new project.
Ambitious.
Having a great desire to attain achievement, power, or wealth.
Examples:
Achieve ambitious goals. With an ambitious eye. Their company has been in business for a short time, but has ambitious goals.
Aim.
To try or plan to get or achieve something.
Examples:
Aim at a specific target. Aim to be a nurse. We aim for an overseas expansion.
Suite.
A set of rooms designated for a particular purpose or activity, especially a set of rooms in a hotel or private residence used as a living unit. A musical composition of several movements only loosely connected, the group following and attending to some important person.
Examples:
Suite room. Suite of products. The presidential suite is the most luxurious room in the hotel.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Stranded.
Left in a difficult or helpless position, without access to help or resources, unable to move or proceed.
Examples:
Stranded travelers. Financially stranded. After their car broke down, the family was stranded on the side of the highway for hours.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game. Student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Chromosome.
A long and string-like DNA molecule containing the part or all of the genetic material of an organism that controls what an animal or plant is like.
Examples:
A sex chromosome. The end of chromosome. Human females normally have 2 X chromosomes.
Unwind.
To relax and release tension, often by engaging in leisure activities or by simply resting. To reverse the winding or twisting of something.
Examples:
Unwind after work. Unwind on vacation. I like to unwind with a good book after a long day at work.
Promoter.
A person or organization that helps to promote or publicize something, such as an event, product, or idea.
Examples:
Event promoter. Promoter gene. She was hired as a product promoter to advertise the company's products.
Terminate.
To bring to an end or stop.
Examples:
Terminate the contract. Terminate a process. The attack on the country terminated the relatively peaceful.
Indicate.
To show, point out, or make known something, often through a sign or a symbol. To suggest or imply something without stating it directly.
Examples:
Indicate a preference. Indicate an error. The data indicates that the company's profits have steadily increased over the past quarter.
Normally.
Usually, under normal conditions.
Examples:
Complete normally. Not normally drink much. I don't normally take a vacation in the middle of summer.
Fine-tuning.
The act of making small adjustments or changes to improve or optimize the performance, quality, or effectiveness of something.
Examples:
Fine-tuning process. Fine-tuning of a financial plan. The fine-tuning of the car engine made it run more smoothly.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Inducible.
Capable of being brought about or caused, able to be prompted, persuaded, or influenced to do or experience something, responsive to a stimulus or condition.
Examples:
Inducible enzyme. Inducible response. The scientist conducted experiments to determine if the gene was inducible under certain conditions.
Induce.
To persuade someone to do something, to cause to act in a specific manner.
Examples:
Induce a crisis. Induce him to see a doctor. The lack of sleep induces both physical and psychological diseases.
Antioxidant.
A substance that inhibits oxidation, especially one used to counteract the deterioration of stored food products.
Examples:
High levels of antioxidants. Antioxidant behavior. Fruits and vegetables are good sources of antioxidants.
React.
To take action in response to something.
Examples:
React at a high temperature. React against his way of thinking. How did he react to your idea?
Oxygen.
The chemical element with the symbol O that is present in air and water and is necessary for people, animals, and plants to live.
Examples:
The hydrogen binds the oxygen. Lack of oxygen. The passenger grabbed for the oxygen mask.
Dam.
A wall constructed over a river to block the flow of water, mainly used to generate energy.
Examples:
Dam building program. Dam collapsing. The break in the dam threatened the valley.
Damage.
To harm or cause injury to something or someone, often resulting in decreased value or functionality, to impair or negatively affect something, such as a reputation or relationship. Noun, harm or injury that is caused to a person, thing, or entity.
Examples:
Damage a relationship. Damage assessment. During the surgery, the doctor had to be extremely cautious not to damage a blood vessel.
Strain.
A force or pressure that stretches or pulls something, sometimes causing damage. Biology, a group of organisms within a species that differ in trivial ways from similar groups.
Examples:
Strain our eyes. A strain of bacillus. Dictators of the past often had the erroneous idea of a pure racial strain.
Popularity.
The state of being widely accepted, admired, or appreciated by many people.
Examples:
Win popularity. Popularity in the market. The popularity of the band has skyrocketed since their first album was released.
Arrow.
A thin, pointed projectile designed to be shot from a bow, a symbol or pointer that is shaped like an arrow.
Examples:
Arrow pointing. Arrow diagram. The archer aimed his arrow carefully at the target.
Hell.
The place thought to be where bad people go and are punished after death, often depicted as being located beneath the earth, an extraordinarily unpleasant or difficult place.
Examples:
Run like hell. Hell broke loose. The battlefield became hell on earth.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples:
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Phrase.
A group of words that mean something specific when used together.
Examples:
Ready-made phrases. Noun phrase. We bought a Spanish phrase book.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Collaboration.
The act or situation of working together to create or produce something.
Examples:
Collaboration between companies. Collaboration platform. The partnership program requires a mutual collaboration between both agencies.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Illustrate.
To provide pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book or something for explanation.
Examples:
Illustrate a key point. Illustrate a story. The company's financial records illustrate how successful it has been.
Crude.
Being in an unrefined or natural state. Noun, the unprocessed form of oil.
Examples:
Price of crude oil. Crude manners. His crude jokes made her angry.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Mimic.
To imitate someone's speech, movement, or behavior, especially to make others laugh.
Examples:
Mimic a human voice. Mimic numerous instruments. He is very popular at school because he can mimic all the teachers' accents.